Shalom, my brothers and sisters. Shalom. My name is Symmanayah, and welcome to the third part to 7 stars, 7 assemblies. 7 stars, 7 golden lampstands. The 7 stars being 7 messengers of Yahuah. The 7 golden lampstands being 7 assemblies. If you are tuning in for the first time, I would encourage you to go back to the introduction to this series. I strongly encourage that you follow by going to the first installment. This is the third. Here we're going to pick up and talk about an assembly known in Scripture as Smyrna. Revelations chapter 2 verses 8 through 11. Let me read this to you, my brothers and sisters, as we examine what I present to you as 7 distinct characteristics and behaviors amongst Yashar'al, nation of believers, that will be perfected and corrected, and that will bring us into perfection, towards perfection as one and Yahusha. So with that said, let's read about Smyrna. Here we see in Revelation's 2nd chapter, verses 8 through 11. And to the messenger of the assembly of Smyrna, write, this says the first and the last, who became dead and came to life. And I believe that should be read, who was sacrificed and resurrected. And I say that, my brothers and sisters, because if you pray, if you earnestly study, if you've been doing your research, you'll know that scriptures has been tampered with. Language has been something that's been manipulated in more ways than many. So am I trying to rewrite scripture? Indeed not. But it is my belief that I serve a living Elohim. I serve one who I have been restored into fellowship by accepting Yahusha as my Messiah and as the Spirit of truth that will guide me. And being connected to the author of the original scriptures, I am compelled to believe that some of the English words have been tampered with or distort the original message. Pray as you may, because I believe this, my brothers and sisters, if my words are true, they will perform the tasks that they are designed to do. Considering Isaiah 55:11. Isaiah 55:11. Back on track to Smyrna, verse 9. Revelation 2nd chapter, verse 9, 10, and 11. I know your works and pressure and poverty, yet you are rich. And the blasphemy of those who say that they are Yehudim and are not, but are a congregation of Satan. Do not be afraid what you are about to suffer. See, the devil is about to throw some of you into prison in order to try you, and you shall have pressure 10 days. Be trustworthy until death, and I shall give you the crown of life. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the assemblies. Here, my brothers and sisters, this description describes an individual, a camp, or an assembly. And as I mentioned once before, that in order to have an assembly, you have 2 or more. But before you can get 2 people that agree, each person must agree on the same thing, so they come to a conclusion or belief as an individual. Then the 2 come together, then 2 or more, therefore you have an assembly. So I believe, my brothers and sisters, that this describes another challenge and characteristics. With each assembly, out of these 7 distinct assemblies, I believe there are characteristics of something that fits us individually and collectively. I believe this is another one of the challenges in the bringing together of Yashar'al. a nation of believers. So what we have here basically is Smyrna describes what it appears to be are those who are working, and they're working in righteousness, and they feel pressure. They feel the pressure. They feel poverty. They realize that they're impoverished. But I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, that I believe that the Most High is saying to you, even though you think you are poor, you're really rich. So I believe here we have a group, an individual in a group, representative of one that does not realize how rich they are. In other words, sometimes we take the simplest things for granted. Case in point, fresh water and simple foods. Sometimes if we just had bread and water or manna and water, we'll think we're just so poor. But remove everything and not have fresh water and don't have any manna at all, then we would have realized how rich we were. Same in spirit. So here I believe it's basically stating that practically this is a behavior that's poor, that's under pressure, that don't realize the blessings that they have, the favor that they've received in the Most High. Here is a group where the Most High is saying, in spite of your condition, I'm aware of those imposters. I'm aware of those who say that they're Yehudim and are not. So trust me. You know, in so many words, it's like he's saying, I want you to know I'm aware of that. Here's a group that I believe the Most High is saying, prepare, for you're going to go through some suffering. Some of you may be put into prison. The enemy wants to try you. And that you'll have pressure for a season. Here it says 10 days. And I believe that the Spirit of Yahushua is saying, be trustworthy, even unto death, and I will give you a crown of life. So I believe, my brothers and sisters, there are some that are poor, not realizing what they're taking for granted, that they're really rich beyond measure, rich in a way that they have taken for granted, maybe somewhat angered, displeased, or experiencing emotions regarding the impostors, those who say that they are Yehudim and are not. And they will suffer. They will be tried by the enemy. But here the Messiah is saying, be encouraged. Be encouraged, even unto death, that physical death, not spiritual death. And he says, I shall give you the crown of life. So, my brothers and sisters, this is the second characteristics of assembly or of an individual who perceive themselves to be poor, who fit the description outlined in Revelations chapter 2, verses 8 through 11. So I encourage you, my brothers and sisters, examine Ephesus, examine Smyrna, and stay tuned as we get into more assemblies, the third assembly. Stay tuned. Pray on these matters, my brothers and sisters, because I am compelled to believe with all my heart these 7 distinct characteristics are something that we will see receiving healing to those who identify with these characteristics and who desire to truly worship and obey the Most High. One of these descriptions fit you, fit me, fit 7 distinct assemblies. With that said, my brothers and sisters, I pray that you're able to receive this. I pray that you're able to have a ready heart and ready mind, for as we move into these end times, much will be revealed. Many things that we perceive to be one way, we will find that we were sincerely off, wrong, mistaken. but the truth will unfold. We are about to witness the mighty hand of the Most High Yahuah. We are about to witness those who will be used by the Spirit of Yahushua, guided into the structuring of Yashar'al, nation of believers. Stay tuned as we move forward into the third assembly. Stay tuned. Thank you, and shalom. Shalom.